That's a fish. That's got to be a fish. Come on. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're on the River Mersey yet again, and we're trying for an early codling. Fingers crossed. Now, there has been a few caught, so we could be in for a shout, but I am making me excuses before the session starts. We have had monsoons of fresh water coming in, which means all that pollution's been dragged off the roads, all that pollution's been dragged off the fields, and it's now been dumped in the river. So the fish could be further out, but you never know. We've got to give it a go, haven't we? So rig of choice today, we're using an up and over pulley, one of my favourite rigs to use for a cod. I just love it. It pins your bait to the floor. It's perfect. Now, you'll notice it's not super long. I don't want it too long because it runs like an absolute train out there, and we want it pinned to the bottom the best that we can. Bait of choice today, we've got fresh peeler crab. This one's a softie, but I've got peeler in the bucket behind you there, and we've got some lovely freshly frozen black lug and a couple of fresh yellowtails. I'm going to be using the yellowtails a little bit later in the tide, so just before high water or just after high water, and we're just going to put big baits out and hope for the best. But I'm going to make one of these up for you in a sec, so I've only got a couple made up. We've got a few spares. It is quite a snaggy mark that we're fishing on. So there's a couple of ways that I will bait these up. I'll either thread them up the line through the hook, or I'll bend them over just like that, and then I'll start to elasticate them before I put them on. Just like so. And the reason for that being is it just gets a better presentation, I find, instead of having worm all scrunched up. I'm using a smaller pennel at the top. Just something told me to do that. I don't know why. Usually I would use much bigger, but I don't know why, to be honest. It's probably because of all the bass fishing I've been doing, but you never know. It might be the game changer. So we're going to get these all wrapped up there. So this is bait elastic. Those who don't know what bait elastic is, it's elastic for your bait. So you use this to attach your bait on, and you can present it much better, and you know it's not going to fall off on you. It's going to be in contact with the hook exactly where you set it. So there's a nice sausage. This is more like a boat bait, this, to be honest. This is how I like to fish for my cod. So this would be one of me creme de la creme boat baits. And then we're going to get our crab, and we're just going to pin it on the back. So we're not fishing overly small today. We've got a size 4.0 on the bottom, Aberdeen style, long shank, and then on the top we've got a size 2 crab hook, just there in the top of the bait. But there is our absolutely beautiful bait. We'll get this all folded down now, so it's easy to cast, and then hopefully it's going to bring on some fish, which would be nice. So the whole point of this rig is it's castable. Look how small that is. It's absolutely brilliant. All your weight's in one place, exactly what you want, and when you cast that out, you're not going to have your bait one side, your weight the other, and it's going to reduce a massive distance on your cast. So if you can keep that all intact, just like that, let it cast out, and then when that hits the water, that'll release off here, and then you'll have a really nice short pulley. So as that fish takes it, it'll run with it, and then the lead will come in contact with the clip there, and it'll be like an anchor. So hopefully the fish will hook themselves up. Now, you'll notice I'm only using one rod today. The main reason for that is because the weather's horrible. It's blowing an absolute gale, and I'll be honest with you, I just want to have a chilled session and hopefully catch some nice cod. I don't want to be panicking, changing baits every 20 minutes on 2 rods, which will make everything a lot more difficult. Right, so that's in there now. I'll let that settle, and hopefully we're not going to lose too much gear today. It is quite snaggy here. I've lost a lot of gear in the past, but there is a nice eddy in front of us. Always creates an eddy in front of us, so the run shouldn't hopefully pull us into a massive snag, and it should sit quite nicely. How have you all been anyway? Because I've been up the wall, I'm not going to lie to you. In between live streaming, making these and trying to work at the same time, it's been absolutely killing me. I'm knackered, absolutely knackered. But when I get out fishing, it's like freedom, isn't it? You get that freedom that you don't seem to get anywhere else. Well, people who don't fish won't understand that, but people who do fish do understand. You're just here There's nothing to worry about apart from obviously the camera and making sure the mic's not picking up too much wind, and hopefully catching some fish. Do you know what? I hope we catch a nice cod today. I really do. I hope we don't get plagued by whiting. This is the rig that we're using today, and I said I'd make it in front of you, but there's no point because it'll take me 5 minutes to make it. I'll be tying it like this, and you can see, can't you? So all it is, I've made this one with a pulley bead, a lead clip, and a splashdown lead. Now you could make that lead clip there an imp or a genie splashdown or whatever you want, as long as you can clip down your bait into that one. So the hook is going to go into that little hook on the lead there, and then when that hits the water, what will happen is that'll release like that and it pushes it off. So the whole idea of this is so you've got a nice long flowing trace that's pinned to the bottom. If the fish takes it, it's not going to feel much resistance until it hits the end here. So your main line will attach to this clip. Now you can see I've made this super basic. This is just basically a genie clip. So it's got a little lift there, so that goes on your swivel just like so. And then this is your snood. So your snood is longer than your runner. And the reason for that is it's going to come up and over and then clip down into your lead just like that. And then you cast it out. As soon as it hits the water, bump, it releases. And there you go. Now while I was making that rig, this rod was just rattling away. So it's either going to be small whiting or dogfish. They're going to absolutely muller my baits, muller them. And, you know, hopefully we'll bring a few in. And if we get a couple of medium to decent sized whiting, we might whack one on as a live bait, which could be a good idea, couldn't it? Should I get the other rod out? Do you reckon? No. I'm fishing chilled today. I want to concentrate on the one rod. So we're going to get that in now. But first of all, I'm just going to get this other rig pre-baited because that's going to increase our fishing time. It means we're going to have baits in the water longer than if we were retrieving and baiting up as we were coming in. So should hopefully give us an extra, what, 10 minutes by the end of the session, which could be absolutely everything we need to catch that cod. Oh, do you know what? I really hope I catch a cod. I was going to go to a different venue today, to be honest, but the wind direction would have been right in my face, and I just wasn't up for that. I wasn't having it. Make sure your barbs are sticking out. 100% make sure they're sticking out, especially when you're using black lure, because it's quite a tough bait. You want that barb in total contact. So if the fish takes it, it's got no choice but to get a new piercing, even if it doesn't want one. Again, these baits might be a little tiny bit too big, but I want that scent trail in the water. But there we are, pennelled up, hook in the top, hook in the bottom, bish bash bosh. Let's catch some fish. Right, let's bring this in. Absolutely naff all on that. Crabs, not what we want. That is not what we want. So there we go, there's our first retrieve. Absolutely mullered by crabs. Look at that bait, it's been out for less than 15 minutes. So fresh bait, let's get it on, get it cast out. Let's go. Little whiting tripping me out, eh? There's a lot of small fish out there, 100%. We just got tripped out then by a whiting. But you can't chance it. It might not have been a whiting. That's why I was on it so quick, but there's what's left of our bait anyway. Right. Here's one I prepared earlier. Let's go. Well, we've been fishing now for 43 minutes. We've had 3 retrieves and we're getting peppered by small fish. So it'd be whiting and dogs just having a little rip away. To be honest, we should be getting the whiting. They should easily be hooking themselves up on them hooks. But maybe the baits are just a little bit too big. But I want to fish big baits. I want that scent to stay in the water. And I want a codlin. If I wanted whiting, I'd have a totally different rig on and would be pulling them out 2, 3 at a time. But I don't want whiting. But I am tempted to get the other rod set up and fish for whiting. And then when I get a couple, live bait some congers. Oh, the decisions are endless. The decisions are endless. I've caved. I'm putting a little 3-hook flapper out. They're annoying me. But I'm not actually going to put it right out. I'm putting it close in. But still, the little rattles are starting to irritate me. So let's see if we can at least catch some fish. I know we're only early into the session, but everybody likes to start off the session catching loads of fish, don't they? So right in front of us here is a big patch of rocks. Super duper snaggy. It is really snaggy, but hopefully using smaller hooks we're not going to snag up. And I'm going to flick it straight into them rocks. Little tiny pieces of black lug, and see if it'll produce for us. So these are size 6 bait holders. So little tiny pieces of black lug on them. Do you know what's really funny and ironic? I've done this loads of times and ended up catching decent cod. Yeah, true story, brah. There's actually a video where I was using a little tiny spinning rod, little 30-gram spinning rod down the wall, trying to catch minis, and the rod got pulled over. And as it got pulled over, I just grabbed it just by the butt section in between my 2 fingers, and it ended up being a 3.5 pound cod. And I was using size 8 hooks on that one, and I only got it in because it was perfectly hooked in the mouth, but then the second hook just above it went straight through its back, and then we got the net under it. So lucky, so lucky. But yeah, you never know, anything could happen. I just want that rod to bend double. I've also been fishing this mark in November, late November, and I've had big smooth hound as well. It wasn't just one, we had a few. There's actually a video if you want to watch it. It was, can you catch cod on cat food? And it was the end of November. I was with my mate Lee. We had a great laugh making that video. It's well old, by the way. If you have to go back through my videos to find it, but it was funny. It was funny. But we ended up having a good few hounds that session. Not the target species, but still, can he complain? Right, 3-hook flapper. I wonder how many whiting we're going to get on this now. Here we go. Little rod's having a rattle. Little pin whiting as expected. Here we go. Well, I say little pin whiting, they're not that small. They're not that small, are we? There's our first fish of the session. Now that's been out for 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. If we wanted to, we could literally catch hundreds of these today. But absolutely perfect specimen them. Little whiting. We need to get them nice and fat so we can have some really nice whiting fillets. But look at them, big predator teeth, big eyes. It's a hunt in the dark. Lovely jubbly. Mwah. Thanks for your sport, me lady. Oh, it's in a snag, you absolute weapon. There we go, out you come. Out you come. Oh, it's in line. Just felt it come out twice. There we go, up it comes, lovely. There we go. To be fair, I think we've got a dogfish on this. Got something on it. I thought it was a dogfish because it was just a lump. Well, there's our dogfish. What a catch. What a catch. I think that's an apron. Is it? Someone's jeans. Who's left these jeans in here? Oh, I actually thought that was a dogfish then. Oh dear. What's going to become of us, eh? Oh, it's funny that. Oh, it's dogfish this, guys. See, the thing is, if there's crabs and there's shrimp and there's small fish attacking that bait, that's where the predators will be as well. They'll be hunting the crabs, the shrimp and the small bait fish. So it's good in a way, but also an absolute pain in the jacksy. Right, So because we're getting so much little rattle McTattlesons out there, and I know that there's conger living out there, and I would quite like to put a live bait out there. Also, the cod will take a live bait as well. We're just adapting our rig ever so slightly. So I've just tied on a tiny little hook, and I'm just going to bait that with a small piece of black lug. So hopefully it'll hook up them small fish that are ripping our baits to bits, and that will be attached. So we're not going to be out there blindly with no bait. We're still going to have bait. If the bait gets stripped, hopefully there's going to be a little whiting on the end of that. And then if something big comes along and fancies the look of a nice fresh whiting, bosh. So it's cheating technically. It is technically cheating, but nah, don't mind. As long as I've told you. It's not cheating if I've told you, is it? There we go. Looks like the whiting's on there. He's definitely hooked up. Yeah, we've definitely got something on there now, which is good. That's our live bait attached. Now we just wait for the magic. He is hooked up well and truly. Lovely. We'll just leave that now. We'll leave that and hope something big takes it. He's definitely on though. 100% on. But absolutely nothing on that little rod since that whiting. Absolutely nothing. Just bang hundreds of these out, guys. Hundreds of these we'll get now. Well, that's fishing. I'm just really excited for this now. Really excited. If there's anything big out there, it's definitely going to take that. Oh, ho, ho, he's still on. He's still on. Here we go. We're getting rattles on the little rod now. Middle hook cleaned. Oh man, this rain's not nice. Not nice. Well, can't call me a fair weather fisherman. Let's get some fresh bait on that. Put it out a little bit further, I think, this time. Oh, winter's definitely coming. See, the thing is with that big rod now, it's just a wait and see. Literally anything could happen. It could end up just sitting there bouncing all day, or we could end up hooking into something absolutely massive, and this is the chance you take. We are fishing for big fish anyway. Got the little rod out for the little fish, which it's not being very productive, to be honest. We've had a few little rattles. We had one whiting on it, but the big rod now, do you know what? I am excited. I am excited. Not only have we got the bait out there, we've got a live bait out there as well. So double whammy. Double whammy. I'm thinking, if this doesn't get better, well, it's pretty rubbish at the moment, but I'm thinking of moving to another venue. I am. I think I might move to another venue. Let's check what time it is. Let's have a look. Right, we're coming up to high water now, which is, if we're going to get the conger, we're going to get them now. And then I might change venues. I knew we should have gone over to Liverpool today. The weather's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Bit blowy, bit of rain, but it's not that bad. I could have survived over the other side. There we go. Pesky little whiting, that's what we want as our live bait out there, and that is what is attacking us further out. But we'll let this one go now. Lovely. Thanks for your sport, my lady. Mwah. Don't mind if we do. Off you swim, little fella. I'll just bang this one back out. There we go, whiting again. Whiting again on the little rod. And what's happening on the big rod? More whiting. Whiting and whiting. He's a bit bigger than him, actually, to be fair. Probably the biggest of the day, that. The biggest of the day. When the bigger ones start showing up, it means that the cod are going to turn up behind them, or the codlins, so they've got to be coming soon. Got to be coming soon, but again, Another beautiful specimen of a lovely, lovely little whiting. Bit bigger, I'd take you home and make fish cakes, son. Not today though. Mwah. Thanks for your sport, me lady. There we go, whiting again. There we go, oh, he's much better. Bigger again there. Nearly table size. Nearly. There we go. He's nearly table size, him. Nearly. Tell you what, his teeth are bloody sharp. Ow! Look at them. Proper munches, them. Right, let's get him back so we can get bigger. Mwah. Thanks for your sport, me lady. Off you pop, fella. Down you swim. Right, we go again. I'm very surprised, you know, that that we haven't actually had some big whiting on them baits we put out. Really surprised. Really surprised. Did I tell you that I was surprised? I am very surprised. Right, we're up to high water now. We are at high water. Big rod has brought nothing to the bank. Nothing at all. Very surprised at that. Very surprised. But I did say at the beginning, a lot of fresh water. I'm thinking of moving to my next venue. Deeper, snaggier, coddier. Yeah. Do we give it another hour, or do we decide to call it and move? See if we can get a double shot on this one, eh? You watch, won't even get a single on it now. Well, we did technically get a double shot. Got a crab and a whiting, so does that count? Does that count? Let's get him unhooked and get him back in. Keep him out the water as minimal as possible. There he is, you can see that, look at that. Perfect hookup. Right, thanks for your sport, my lady. Mwah! Off you go, lad. There he swims, lovely. Just fire that back out, save wasting any more lug. And then, where's our pesky crab? Here he is. Mr. Peskyson. Stealing our baits. Go on, you go back for us and get on the peel. I'll come and get you in a couple of weeks. Lovely. We're freshening the baits up on the 3-hook flapper. Bang. Hopefully we're going to get a little white now. I want a small one. I don't want a big one. And then we're going to get the big rod in and we're going to put whiting on that. So there you go, straight away. Happy days. Come on. Straight away, please, so we can get fishing. Don't be a big one. We just want a nice medium, little to medium size, please. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big, man. We don't want one that big. It's too big. Right, let's get this back. Let's get it back out and see if we can get a smaller one. A lot of people will be screaming now, that's not too big, Joe, that's not too big. It's too big. It's too big. We want a smaller one. Mwah! Thanks for your sport, my lady. It's in the water for 2 seconds, that. Come on. We can do smaller. Since when has anyone ever been fishing and they want a smaller fish? I want smaller, it's too big, that one. Come on. Don't let me down now, straight away. Ba-ba-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-bum. I'm really disappointed in the big rod. Really disappointed. What an absolute waste of bait on the big rods, man. So annoying, that. So annoying. Quick change of venue to use up our bait. I didn't want this going to waste. I've got some really nice frozen black lug, and I know that if it gets refrozen it's just going to be absolutely useless. So we've got crab and black lug on again, like we did in the last venue, and then on the little rod we've just got a 3-hook flapper out with some little bits little bits of black lug on. So fingers crossed we'll get our cod. Be absolutely fantastic if we do. That seems to be the saying of the day, that. It'd be absolutely fantastic if we do. It'd be absolutely fantastic if we do. But it's going to be absolutely pulling like a train here, and I wouldn't be surprised if I lose me gear. I reckon we're going to lose some gear on the big rod. I just got a feeling that it's going to happen. If it does, it is what it is. We've got spare rigs, so it's part of fishing, I suppose, isn't it? Just see that's tripping out now, and when that trips out, it bozzes along, and then when it stops, that's what worries me. Because when it stops, it means that it's found something to get comfy in, which usually means a big fat snag, which usually means me losing loads of gear. So it is what it is. Let's have a look at you. See what, the whiting are definitely getting bigger. They're definitely 100% getting bigger. Another inch longer. I need to make a really nice fillet in. Really nice fillet. Right. Thanks for your support, my lady. First fish on Mark 2. Don't mind if we do. That's a fish. That's got to be a fish. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. That's a fish. That's a fish. Doesn't feel coddy. Oh. Feels half decent though, unless it's got something stuck to it. It's not nodding. What is it? A load of rubbish. You're taking the mick. Big snag. A load of gear. Oh, I thought we had something on there. Look at that. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. I thought we were in then. I thought we were in. You'll understand now why I thought we were in. It was very heavy. A load of gear. A load of mussels. There's someone's rig. Please tell me at least I got a lead weight out of that. No. Haven't even got a lead out of it. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. Well, there's all the wet wipes. Loads and loads of wet wipes. Oh, do you know what? I honestly thought we were in then. The river's much cleaner, apart from all the wet wipes. How many wet wipes are on there? That's nuts, that, isn't it? I wonder how many wet wipes are actually on that seabed. Wowie. Well, that's for the bin anyway.